Yeah, entertainment nerd, come and let me show ya. This is everything you wanna know about nerd culture. Hey, entertainment nerd, ain't none fresher. You can nerd out, don't even need your pocket protector. Where my nerds at? Grab a drink, come through, keep it entertaining. Comic books to movie news, this is what you need. All my nerds, come get with me if you really live your life like you on the Big Bang Theory. Marvel to DC, we really got a passion. Justice League, yes indeed. Hold up, let me fix my glasses. Uncle Black died on my Calla when the story accrue. Lady Mocha, shout out Adrian. You know how we do. Hey, entertainment nerd, come and let me show ya. This is everything you wanna know about nerd culture. Entertainment nerd, ain't none fresher. You can nerd out, don't even need your pocket protector. Nerd news, nerd culture, nerd happy hour. Entertainment nerd, let's go.
Oh shit, I'm not alone this week.
You're not alone at all, man. What's up?
Oh my god, he came from nowhere. What's up, you beautiful nerds? This is Uncle Black with Uncle Black's Weekend Review. Hope you all had a good week. What about you?
Weekend's not going that bad. Can't complain. Especially, and now I'm pumped after, I can't get over that song we have at the beginning there. Our intro.
Oh my god, yes. Maybe one day I'll have my own intro. And my own graphic. Ooh, and my own outro. And I'm Uncle Black outro. Well, we'll see what happens. This is only episode 3. We're just gonna jump right into it. Rapid fire, like we've been doing every other week. Just trying to fill you guys out there with some great news of what's happened in the week. Kind of getting you ready for the next week. That's the whole point. Just want to make sure you don't miss out on anything. So without further ado, you know what part it is.
So basically, you're saying it's the foreplay before the main event. So can you all ready for next week's live show?
That's right. And you know what? Before I jump into that, make sure you check out our shop at entertainmentnerd.com. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. Check out our affiliate links, especially, I think it's Anchor, TubeBuddy. Oh, of course, StreamYard. Can't forget them. Oh my God, that it would be impossible without them. Make sure you check out all those links in the description. Let's fire it away. You see it scrolling. So, you don't see it scrolling yet. Now you are. You know what time it is? It's my favorite time of the show.
Time of the show.
Nerd Nauseous. We're stopping there.
About that.
We are going to stop it there. I told you. We're rapid firing it. Oh, Sweet Paradise. Check this one
what about here, Black?
So, Starbucks has introduced something new. They added a new chicken sandwich plus a paradise drink and a pineapple passion fruit refresher.
I'm not mad at what I see here. I'm kind of intrigued.
I'm intrigued about the chicken sandwich. Everything else I'm not. I'm not a big drinker of refreshers, but the fact that they're calling it a refresher is telling me they are competing now with Dunkin' Donuts refreshers. Because I know that Dunkin' has, and that's what we call it up here in Connecticut, Dunkin', or Double D. But they have these refreshers. I've never had one. I don't find it appealing. My kids do. But I guess this will compete with those Dunkin' refreshers. This is something new. The chicken sandwich, I really want to try.
It looks good.
I mean, it really does. Mango is not my thing, so,
Did it say like a mango sauce? Is that what's going on there?
It's a mango pineapple passion fruit type thing. No, I'm sorry. There's no mango in there. I just think, you know what it is? I just think of mango sauce. And anytime you have pineapple and passion fruit, kind of need the mango in there.
You do. Like passion fruit by itself, I'm not a fan of just passion fruit. But if
Yeah.
you put like mango or something with it, then that's fire.
Yeah. So I mean, they also got a new cake pop flavor joining the permanent menu. So I don't cake pop.
I've never had a cake pop.
I
I know what the idea of one is, but I've never actually had it.
you know what? You might as well just get a little donut hole from Dunkin'. That's what my opinion is.
I love donuts.
But the whole chicken sandwich bandwagon, they're just notching it up and competing with everybody else. It actually debuted a few days ago, the first day of summer. It's a chicken maple butter egg sandwich.
Ooh.
Features breaded white chicken meat, fluffy eggs, and maple butter on a toasted oat biscuit roll. I
Not
can't be
mad at
mad
it.
about it. No, no,
Man, at
no.
all.
The whole egg and chicken. I think Wendy's has something similar to that.
They do, and it's
A honey chicken biscuit, is it something like that?
yeah, like a honey chicken biscuit. Yeah, they have a spicy version
Interesting.
that has like fried jalapeno type of like slices.
Oh, that sounds interesting. If they're gonna do that, I'm gonna have to go to Wendy's and and try that. But to wash it down and take the burn off, I know exactly what I'm gonna need, and it's this.
Oh,
And
you can't be serious right now.
at least it's not mayonnaise. Although I wouldn't be mad.
Oh my goodness.
Ketchup Ice Pops are popping up in Canada. Now when things happen in Canada, they kind of slip down to the U.S. So I'm hoping, and this is made by Frenchies,
Mm.
known for their mustard mostly. Ketchup
Man. I'm
popsicle.
good. I'm good.
It is called a Frenchsicle.
Of course it is.
Currently only available in Canada, though. So, listen, if anybody's out there, just right on the border, Vermont, all the way across. I know someone in Minnesota, so if you're watching this playback, I'll bribe you.
Smugglers.
No. I'm not going to bribe you. I am actually going to not blackmail you, but if you don't want a box full of saran wrap to show up at your doorstep, then please, pretty please, go north of the border and get me some of these. Pretty please.
Explain that at the border. Were you smuggling?
What are you smuggling? Saran wrap.
Like a ketchup popsicles.
Ketchup popsicle. I mean, I can't be mad, but it's kind of like I'm curious what it tastes like.
Ketchup? It's probably just literally frozen ketchup.
Don't give me ideas, man.
You can
Don't
melt
give
that
me
shit. You can melt that shit and start dipping your fries in it. I mean, like,
dude, you know what I'm thinking though. Now you got me thinking. Mayo chup popsicles.
mm,
So what you have to do is what I'm assuming is you're gonna have to blend it up with some crushed ice and then let it set. And the crushed ice is gonna give you that small percentage of water that'll allow it to
thicken up.
to thicken up and freeze. Because I'm not a chemist, but I don't think vinegars freezes.
No, I don't think so.
And so ketchup is a lot of vinegar, so I don't think it would freeze. Similar to mayonnaise is olive oil, which oil really it'll thicken, it'll coagulate. That's just nasty. Eggs will freeze, but a mayo chup pop. I kind of wish we could sell these.
Maybe the next big thing to come to our store. Who knows?
Maybe, Can you imagine the assembly line in my house making Mayo Chup Pops
Well,
just in
eventually,
time?
eventually, aren't we getting your beer on our store? Maybe.
We might. Oh no, we can't. I would need a license for that.
Ah, fair enough.
But there's the other thing and I'm not putting it out there because people steal my ideas. But there might be something coming down the line that I could potentially get away with without having a license. And I don't know. It's that FDA with consumables that is the
Right, right.
questionable part.
Yeah, once you start
That
dabbling in drink or food, it's a big thing. So
yeah. So maybe not, but we'll see. We'll see. But again, if you're just north of the border or just south of the border, and you could grab these for us, please let us know. Hit us up. We will forever love you. Finger foods. It's like finger food. That's what I think when you say this. Now,
oh, what the hell?
yes, yes. This is for all you lazy people out there. No, I mean, so KFC has now come out with sporks for your finger. So
I'm
that
not, I'm not thinking
so
about food right now, but
I mean, I can think of multiple things to do with that. And I'm sorry, but this is part of nerd nauseous. But that camping trip where you forget the toilet paper.
oh, scoop it right out.
Yep, 3 seashells. And look, it looks like you've been eating some corn. So it's
Um,
multifunctional. You use it to eat your KFC, but I forgot my toilet paper. Where are my finger sporks?
you definitely got to put that on your small hand. But,
Ah,
but if anybody gets their hands on these,
please,
let us know.
please. You know what?
Take
I
a
gotta.
picture, put it on the gram, and let them tag us and be like, "You got my."
I'm gonna try to see their availability. I know they're in the U.S. Um, and if you order a KFC side lovers meal in person or online at specific and I hate this, participating locations between June 1st, July 12th, you will receive 2 free finger sports while supplies last.
Finger looking good.
Yeah, I guess so. Just on the way down, but uh, definitely I might have to hit up a KFC just to get my own finger sports and play with them on air.
Play with them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Now, anyway, I'm just gonna keep going. Crispy ice cream. Oh man, these people just don't stop. Krispy Kreme yet again has a new invention: ice
So,
cream.
so those like donut crumbs.
I don't know if those are donut crumbs. I wouldn't be surprised, but they are coming up with original glazed ice cream this summer. 10 cities and
Yeah.
more are on the way.
Yeah. Look, I think somebody just basically took it like a glazed donut and this went like that a couple of times and
Hmm.
then put it over cone. That's kind
But
of what it's like to me.
but they're in collaborations with Twix and Oreo. Just
Mhm.
and I'm sure we're gonna get some Halloween stuff,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then a new lemon glaze as well. I don't know. Krispy Kreme over the last year has been finding ways to keep themselves relevant and other than just being donuts. Like man, now our closest Krispy Kreme is not in the way for me to just say, I want some original glazed ice cream. It's at our casinos, which are like an hour away from me. So it's like, but if I'm ever in the vicinity, I'm definitely gonna be like, I want some, soft serve glazed ice cream.
For
What
sure.
what would be nice if it wasn't soft serve, and if they started selling it in containers. Um, I think that would be a hit.
Brahms is not a thing on the East Coast, is it? You never heard of Brahms, right?
No.
Okay, so it's an ice cream shop that they basically it's kind of like Baskin Robbins, where they basically specialize in ice cream. They have so many flavors, and it's so good, and they have their own brand like milk and everything like that. Because they have their own dairy farms, and they specialize in like flavors like this, and they have this like thing called like Cookie Monster, like it's based off like Cookie Monster,
Yeah,
and kind of reminds me of this. And so if that's any indication, this is going to be like the bomb.
but you know what? But I'm gonna give you the 10 cities that they're available in, and then the next ones that are coming to, and then I'm gonna give you an ask. So here's where you could find it so far: Charlotte, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, all in North Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina, Norfolk and Newport News, Virginia, Charleston, West Virginia, Nashville, Tennessee, the Tri-Cities in Tennessee, San Antonio, Texas, and after that, it's going to expand to Mobile and the Southwest, along with Alabama, Tampa, St. Petersburg, Pensacola, Florida, New Orleans, Louisiana, Branson, Missouri, and Adrian, Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, my backyard, my friend.
Exactly. So you gotta try to find a way.
Bring it on camera.
Yes, definitely.
Well, and next month at some point, I think I'm going to San Antonio. So I'm there like a couple times a year. So even if it hits San Antonio first, I just pack a cooler, and hopefully it lasts that 13-hour drive.
Pack it in a cooler full of ice, dried ice, everything. See it, I hope that when you purchase it, they kind of, if you want, they put like a plastic container, like the Carvel. I don't know if you have Carvel out by you, but sometimes with Carvel, they have something that'll actually close on the ice cream cone. This might have been years ago, but you could bring them all home that way. It's plastic. Of course, you got to get home fast, but if you have like an insulated bag or something, then it's not going to melt on you.
Or let's do the show on site.
And while you're there, see if they will actually give you some glaze.
Right.
Give you some chocolate glaze to pour over the
That was my nickname in college, by the way.
Glaze.
Chocolate glaze. Yeah.
Chocolate glaze. I'm not going to ask why. And then this is, I don't know if everybody out there knows, but I love me some Minions. I love Minions and Despicable Me. But check this out. IHOP has released an all-day Minions menu.
They need to do something because they're not doing that hot.
No. But you can have a banana milkshake. And Gru's Evil Steak Burger. I mean, you have.
What's next to that milkshake? Like, what's that? A Coke one, something iced coffee.
It looks like either an iced coffee. Hold on, I can't see. Hold on. It's a cold cola iced coffee. I have the menu here.
It looks good.
Yeah, they got the Baba Banana pudding cakes, which pancakes, which are buttermilk banana pancakes, which you can make at home. But cinnamon Minions, which are donut holes tossed with cinnamon sugar and drizzled with cream cheese ice cream.
Dude, like donut holes are like my kryptonite, man. Like every so often, like I wake up, I'm like, I just want donut holes. Like,
yeah, oh my god. And
like,
so
from like a cornerstone or corner shop, like donut shop, not like a chain, but like a bakery. Like,
yeah,
best.
God, but that sounds so good. I have an IHOP like less than 10 minutes away. Now, like I said, Gru's Evil Steak Burger, which is natural Black Angus steak burger, blah, blah, blah. Check it out on their website. The Baba Banana Milkshake. Minion Mango OJ Splasher, Cold Brews Iced Coffee, made with 100% Arabica cold brew ice cream. Mischievous Minion Kid Combo, which is one ba banana pudding pancake served with one strip of bacon and a sausage link and scrambled eggs. And then a Cinnaminions Family Feast, which is a basket of the new Cinnaminions 20 piece with a side of cream cheese icing for dipping, accompanied with 4 servings of scrambled eggs, golden hash browns, 8 hickory smoked bacon strips, and 8 pork sausage links. Available from June 21st to August 21st. August 21st. God, I wish I would have known that
I'm not
earlier
mad.
this week.
I am not mad at you, IHOP. I'm not mad. This is better than the time when you changed that P into a B just for marketing and made it International House of Burgers. You remember that?
Oh my God, that was
So-
the worst IHOP. And it just almost made me think of Hobo. That's what I thought of.
well, around here in the Midwest, I don't know if on the East Coast, but people get IHOP, and there's 2 different IHOPs, right? Because you have the International House of Pancakes, and right next to them, usually you have the International House of Prayer. I'm not joking. It's like a church. So, like, people are like, we're going to IHOP, and you have to specify. And this thing.
Wow. Wow. Don't walk into International House of Prayer with a hangover.
Right, exactly. 2 way different things, man. 2 way different things.
Not going to be mad. I would love to see it, and I'm sure it's happened. All right, on to gaming news. What do we have? It's been a slow week, in my opinion, for gaming news. Really slow, in my opinion. We have poor little Tony Hawk.
What happened to Tony?
He was cold abandonment by Blizzard. So we all know that prior to the Blizzard merger with Microsoft, we were going to get a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, a new game.
Uh-huh.
But because of that merger, it was a remake, actually. A 3 and 4 remake were abandoned after the merger. So he was just left out in the cold. Everybody was waiting. I think we actually reported this, that we were getting a remake. And this was like a couple of months ago. We did report that there was going to be a Tony Hawk remake that was coming out. The merger happened, and they just let him just faceplant himself.
That sucks, man. I mean, Tony's like my childhood, so those games and stuff, and like not only the games, but Tony in general. I'm a huge X Games person. Like I follow that type of stuff.
Yeah,
and
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually think that would have brought those games back into relevance. Number one, they were different. It was almost also like the Dave Mirra BMX freestyle. That was another good one. It really brought something. I can't skateboard. I can't do shit on a skateboard.
But you can do it in the game.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So those games were cool for me because I knew I couldn't try. I wouldn't even dare try that on a skateboard because I'd just
bust my ass, man.
Yeah. Exactly. And so, I mean, I guess if you have like PlayStation, whatever they call it now, you could probably play one of those games. But yeah. I'm kind of bummed, and I'm kind of disappointed that they're passing on this. Riding on a human corpse.
Oh my goodness.
Now, you know who that is. That is the wonderful Altair from Assassin's Creed.
I've never got on this hype.
Once you're in it, it's hard to get out of it. Now, I've got every Assassin's Creed in my house, except maybe like the PlayStation Plus versions. But every major console version of Assassin's Creed, I have. Now, I stopped playing after Unity, just because they are so effing time consuming. But that's not what this story is about. It was, according to GameSpot, um, 2007 Assassin's Creed, which actually was supposed to be a Prince of Persia for those that don't know. They let us ride a beautiful steed around the game, which was awesome for travel time. And this was before the days of, quick travel or whatever you want to call it. You got to ride your horse. Kind of made the game a little bit longer. Kind of made it fun because sometimes you would have to travel through areas where there were foes and they would respawn. But according to the developers, they really didn't develop an actual horse. What they did is they took these skeletons of humans and molded it to be with a horse.
What?
Yeah. So that's how they gave us horses. It was just a twisted, and I quote, a twisted, effed up human skeleton because our tool chain only worked with bipeds in 3Ds Max, according to former UB developer Charles Randall, and this within a tweet. So that whole time, while you were riding on a beautiful steed, it was just a twisted human being, a human skeleton.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I wonder if they still do it though.
I'm never gonna get that out of my mind.
No. My first thought about it was my poor nephew who loves the Assassin's Creed horses. He's never gonna be the same ever again. I'm never gonna think of Assassin's Creed the same. But within that same breath, somebody is actually turning 50 this year. A big old happy birthday to Atari. Look at that sweet new logo. Even though they ain't done jack. So after celebrating their 50th anniversary, they unveiled a new logo and reviving decades-old series. They're calling the logo Borregas. But we're going to be getting things like Year's Revenge and a whole bunch of other classics. I'm loving this, but I'm just gonna fire up an old Atari. I'm not buying anything else.
Hello? Yeah, this is Atari. Yes. Yeah, we're still open. Yeah, I can't believe it either. Yeah, talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah, basically. What? You want ET? Oh, we got plenty of those in the desert. We'll supply you with a shovel. How about that? And you can find them.
We're partnering up with Morbius. You get 100 free copies. Anyway.
And a VCS.
Right.
Oh my God, Atari. Love you guys, but you guys suck. I'm sorry.
There's some things that needs to just go behind the barn. Sometimes there's things that just, and to me, I'm sorry, Atari, but you're one of them. Like, stop. Just stop.
Just stop it. Just stop it because your relevance is at zero right now. They're trying really hard.
And there's not much that can really change that. They've outlived the window to change it, in my opinion. Like,
yeah,
what Sony's doing and what Microsoft is doing, they're light years ahead of them. That there's not too many groundbreaking things that can happen.
No, they're not innovative, and that's what they lack. If they're riding the coattails of their name, and the fact that people still love playing classic games. But they totally, when they had the opportunity with the VCS, they missed the mark completely. You had the opportunity to come back and start publishing new things, remakes, but make them look new, and you didn't. You sold us this expensive console that you could barely get your hands on. You're in a lawsuit with people. I'm sorry. You're just stuck in the 80s, and you're going to need to make something major. Is going to need to happen for Atari to make a comeback.
Good luck. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, definitely. And I didn't have a label for this one. This was one of those that I just decided to throw in at the last time, but you better enjoy some AI help. So you know how in previous Final Fantasy games you could play as everybody?
Hmm.
Not in 16. You only have one playable character, and that's this man, Clive. All the other characters will be AI driven. It better not be like Resident Evil 5.
That's the vibe I was about to get. Yeah, that's what I was about to go with. This does not seem like a smart move.
No, no. It kind of is because now you can focus on one character. But if you
In a,
have,
in a story wise, it is, yes. Like you can do a lot more. I think that's where kind of where, for instance, like Grand Theft Auto 5, great game, right?
yeah,
But I think you lost something a little bit because you had to focus on Franklin and Michael and Trevor, and you had, and you're bouncing. Yeah, you could bounce around free will, but you're still all over the place with that.
yeah,
And
and
but my point is, there could have been a little bit better of a story if you didn't have to do that. I see this. I see what they're going with here, but I think people are so accustomed to being able to do that
hmm
that you take that from them, and it's going to be interesting.
it's gonna be dangerous for them to pull this one. And like you were saying with GTA 5, I hated playing as Trevor.
Me too.
Sorry,
I avoided it.
because he was number one.
He annoyed
Look,
me.
yes, and
Yeah.
number two, look at how far he is from everything else,
Right.
and it's just kind of like, I got to go back all the way up there.
Sandy Shores. Once again.
I hated Sandy Shores, and it's just his story was just so.
He was he was he was too much to be too much, and like it's just like when it came to the game's been out forever, folks. Screw you if you think this is a spoiler. I'm sorry, but when it came to the options, like it was no hesitation for me.
No,
Like
no,
I replayed it to do option C, but the very
Yeah.
first time, because I wanted to know what option C actually was.
Yeah.
But the first time I was like, he's dead. Like
Yeah.
it's just like
yeah, no, I couldn't stand. I love Franklin.
mhm.
That
And
that
don't
was
get me wrong, I didn't like Michael, but I could tolerate Michael.
yes.
I couldn't
Fra-
tolerate Trevor.
No, no. Like
So-
Michael's story, I could tolerate. Franklin, I love playing as
Mhm.
Franklin all the time. And I think in a game like that, that's where storyline wise, just those two. I understand how Trevor explains because we experienced Trevor right in the prelude,
Yeah, prelude.
but no, you should just made him an NPC and you just have to deal with him that way.
Exactly.
Or you button choice him.
But that's the thing. Like, there's people out there who love Trevor. There's a Trevor fan base out there, and I don't get it. I mean, good for you. I don't get it.
Could they be because and I'm just gonna shut up. You know where I'm going with that, because Sandy Shores reminds me of a certain state,
Okay. Yes.
or maybe two of them.
Yeah.
One has a jelly named after it. The other one, you don't even need to go there because you already know. And that's not the first time that Rockstar has made fun of that little area. They did it with Red Dead 5. I
They
mean,
did.
Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of what they're doing in this game because I sometimes you have that one favorite character to play as, and you're taking that away from me to be able to play as that character. So we'll see how it turns out. And finally, some interesting news, and I'm gonna tiptoe this one a little lightly. Um, this is interesting news. So a few weeks ago, Sony, Jim Ryan came out and said, "We're gonna remain neutral with whatever the Supreme Court does with Roe v. Wade.
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with that." And again, fans, we're not trying to disassociate. We're just calling out the news here. But it turned out that on Friday, certain underlings of PlayStation um, came out in favor of women's rights and abortion rights, and such as Sucker Punch, Santa Monica Gorilla, Molecule, Sony, London Studios, Ben Studios, Naughty Dog, and Insomniac, all released statements showing support for abortion rights and more. Um, in my opinion, this is kind of throwing it to be some confusion.
Yeah, because you have the bigger picture saying one thing, you have the big company saying one thing, and you have the entities underneath it all going different directions.
Yes.
So yeah, it does create confusion, especially when you're looking at a public traded company.
Yes. Now, unless, and this is all speculation, unless they're saying as a whole, we're just going to remain neutral. If you want to allow your individual publisher to go in that direction, you can, but as a whole, we're remaining neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like saying, we are the head, but we are going to allow our appendages to make their own decisions.
Similar to real life, that's kind of what's happening, right? I mean, the Supreme Court's like it's up to the states at this point.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what PlayStation is maybe doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So
our entities at this point.
So yeah, I mean, I just thought that was interesting, and I thought it delivered a mention.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that's it for that story.
Yep.
And so we are now going into Nerds in the No. So I decided with Nerds in the No, entertainment and media technology, I'm gonna focus more on the technology and space nerd type stuff now.
You get the nerd out more.
I get the nerd out no more, and during the regular weekly show, we don't focus much on it because it's kind of I always leave it for the bottom so that it's one back after the other. I'm still gonna cover entertainment stuff, but I think I'm gonna go heavier with technology, such as Remars. Remember last week how that Amazon employee got fired for saying their AI is sentient? Well, Remars by Amazon, it appears now that you are going to be able to voice your Echo Dot, and I have to say it like that to not awaken the beast. But soon it'll be able to sound like a dead, deceased relative.
This is kind of creepy. I don't know about this. Like, and this is coming from somebody who's still like struggling, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so you, in essence, you think I'll be Amazon's perfect customer right now? And I don't know if I like this. I don't know if this interests me. I don't know if this feels right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if this was like 4 or 5 years removed, I mean, like I said, what happened to me is still pretty fresh. I'm not going to get into it. People who know. But even if this was 4 or 5 years removed, I don't know if I still even entertain this.
No, I wouldn't. I'm coming up on the anniversary of my sister passing away 4 days from today, and I wouldn't want to hear her. I mean, I don't know, because there's still some things that it would be hilarious to hear her say, but as a whole, it's just reliving the past, and sometimes, and I'm not saying this is for everyone, but sometimes this is just not the way to go. Now, I mean, there is a video that you could watch, just for time's sake, and we can't air it, but go watch the presentation. But my thought process is, it would be great if it's something like, let's say, you want to plan in advance for your family. You want to kind of, and that's kind of still be creepy, but in a case like a soldier goes off to war, if he has this option, that might be interesting.
Like for a kid too. Yeah.
It'll give them, well, it's kind of like Jarvis, if we remember Spider-Man. You know, when with his parents and all that. you get to relive that moment when your loved one is not gone, or if you don't have that memory to hold on to. That I think is cool.
Or if you don't have memory at all, like in case of a soldier who went away when his kid was born and something happens, that mom could be like, "This is your dad," you know. Well,
Yeah,
that sounds kind of creepy, but you know what I mean.
yeah.
So I think there's going to be a market. I just don't know if it's going to be as big as they're hoping it will be, because I think there's just something uneasy about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
To the moon and back again. Look at that ugly piece of. All right. So, for those that don't know, that is NASA's multi-billion-dollar, outdated rocket called SLS, which is going to be launching soon. So, just earlier this week, they finally were able to complete a wet dress rehearsal. For those people that don't know what a wet dress rehearsal is, I'm going to go over it really quick. That's when they fill up the rocket full of fuel. They go to terminal countdown and stop it. They don't do static fire or anything like that. They just go through the countdown to make sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to. Of course, this being NASA, they had to stop for a couple of hours because of a stupid valve that wouldn't close.
Wouldn't it be NASA without
Exactly. They did get it to close, and they got it down to T minus 29 seconds, and then they stopped. There's still one more test that needs to be done, and that's the gimbaling of the solid rocket boosters, which are leftovers from the space shuttle era, which was how many years ago? So that's why I say it's old technology. Plus, look at that middle core. It's ugly. It's rusty. Um,
I look at that and I imagine there's some hanging dice in the windshield. Like,
like seriously. And then we have at the very top we have the Orion capsule, which the last time it flew was early 2000s.
like I'm expecting like a like a like a dude with a cane in the driver's seat about to parallel park that shit, man. That's just
Like why NASA? Why you should
funny.
just go full commercial crew at this point in time. But there's only the problem is they only have one vendor for commercial crew because Boeing still can't get their shit together. So they are going to roll it back, fix it, and then they are going to launch it. Artemis 1 will be there, going to slingshot the Orion capsule around the moon and back to Earth again, which will be pretty cool because that hasn't been done since the Apollo days. So we will get to see that. And of course, we will cover that live. There's no doubt in the world that that is going to be covered live. And you might actually get to see my face while it's happening and everybody else. But in comparison, when you have Big Effin' Rocket, I have not said that name in a while. Look at that beautiful rocket. SpaceX's Starship.
That was my senior name, my senior year.
Big Effin' Rocket.
Yeah, I mean, it started with the chocolate glaze, and then we got there.
Well, wouldn't it have been better if it was the Big Effin' Rocket and you ended with the chocolate glaze?
Yeah, good. That's a sexy beast, though. I'm not.
Oh my god! So again, what was it? June 13th. They got the approval from the FAA with slight things that they need to do, like kind of write a book report, make sure that marine biology is not saved, donate to a couple of organizations, but they're pretty much all set to go. Oh, also repair streets, and they could only launch but so many times a year from Boca Chica. This is not the actual stack of Starship, but they have now moved Booster 7 closer to the pad, and they are going to test it with 32 Raptor engines, version 2. That is going to throw off some major thrust. And they of course, they go through their wet dress rehearsals of of fully fueling both first and second stage. I cannot wait to see that take off. Unfortunately, they are not attempting to catch it. Maybe not, at least not the first stage.
Of course not.
Maybe they'll try the second stage. I don't know. Their last thoughts were you're just gonna let them fall to the ocean just for safety reasons. I can't wait because the thrust that you're gonna get out of that. Now, first of all, tallest rocket ever built, which is a lot bigger than that. That's not even as big as the Saturn V rocket that they use for Apollo. This is. Just saying. Full methane, full flow. And you guys can check out the videos because we've covered it before. But I'm kind of excited that we are now getting there, and we probably will have an orbital launch by the end of July.
Nice.
I'm sorry, folks, but the ads are coming to Netflix.
They are.
There's no way around it. Netflix needs to recover some type of revenue, that they're bastards. So they are just basically, there's no way around it. They are aiming, I believe it was toward no later than the end of the year that we are going to have ads on Netflix. So they're going to do it.
Interested to see how big of an exodus they have because of this decision.
No, they already had a large exodus.
Once it actually happens, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, the new tier will come sometime this year. It's been tested out elsewhere around the world. It's are things going to get more expensive for Netflix? Is my opinion.
Yes.
I just think now that you're running ads, your producers, your vendors will now start charging you more.
Yep.
But they're saying as early as October, and then around the same time, they're going to ramp up efforts to stop password sharing, which is something they also been trying to do.
And I get it. That latter part, I get it. I get as a company how you would not want that because it is money out of your pocket. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like being told that you have to shoot yourself, but then you go and shoot yourself twice. I mean, like like if you have to make these decisions, space those things out, man. Like, don't be like you can't share your password. Oh, by the way, we're also giving you ads. Like if you need to make those decisions as a company, in the end, bottom line, I
space them out because guess what? We also went through a price hike.
Exactly. Like they're doing so much too much right now.
Yeah. And
it'd be easier pill to swallow if this would have been spaced out over time.
Yeah, I agree. And according to CNBC, they met with Google, Comcast, NBC Universal, and Roku to discuss discuss potential marketing partnerships.
I don't blame them. I see why. I mean, they need it.
they're gonna need it, but I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. We'll see what happens. This will not be the last time. This has actually been the second time. We'll probably have a third and a fourth time. I think it's closer to that time with Netflix. Yeah. Sayonara, might have to cancel my Netflix subscription.
Same.
Or, or open up your library. Don't make it region. Make it region free. That's the only way.
Like with the VPN here.
Yeah. But that's it. Oh, there you go. Next, welcome back, Marvel Studios to Comic-Con. It's Feige confirmed that Marvel Studios is returning to Comic-Con next month.
And DCU is like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully Marvel comes in hot because they need to. They've been gone. They need to come back hot. Hopefully, both have their own things. DC fandom, DC has DC fandom, Marvel
Yeah.
has their thing. But for con wise, you still need to come in hot.
Yes.
Come in guns blazing.
So my problem with that is that they've kind of missed the mark already. You had Doctor Strange that already dropped, and now is on Disney Plus. You have Thor: Love and Thunder is coming out this week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So your two big ones. Oh, and Spider-Man, if you want to count that one. And well, that doesn't count. So yeah, and Spider-Man, your big three for the year have already dropped.
Well, by that time, you can maybe come with, who's your Fantastic Four, at least who's the cast, right? You can. There's things if they wanted to get things ready. There's some bombs they could drop. Who's your Fantastic Four? Who's your X-Men? When can you expect to see Storm? My opinion, they're dropping the ball if it's not Black Panther 2.
Yep.
But those type of things, like there's things they can come to the table with.
I think the only other the one that you didn't mention is Deadpool 3.
That too. I'm pretty sure that's a given.
That has to be a must of Deadpool 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna have to and the Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
That because everything else. But if Marvel's coming, is Disney coming too?
I don't think Disney's coming. Probably just Marvel. Because because they've already marketed and branded. They have their.
Yeah, they did the D23, right?
Yeah.
So we're not going to get Star Wars then.
I don't think so. I think Marvel will go because that's it could be like, hey, we're bringing back Marvel. Marvel's coming, but they have no reason to really have anybody else show up.
No, they really don't. You're right. DC better plan on attending, or they better ramp up their little weekend thing that they do.
The DC fandom, yeah.
Yeah, the DC fandom has got to be really, really hard.
Yeah, and that first year I thought was rather good. The second one they just had.
Yeah, I didn't follow. It was just the first year was cool because we had nowhere to go.
Yeah, the Batman was a huge overall.
Yeah, that trailer, the way they dropped that. But I mean, right now the only thing that's holding them up is Black Adam.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that has.
Although this year, by the time that happens, Discovery will pretty much have the reins. So if they wanted to come in hot and say, "Hey, this is what we're thinking," and this is what we're wanting to do, especially if it's a total reset, and David Zassoff comes in and is like, "Hey, I'm wrecking house, and here's your Kevin Feige, here's our Kevin Feige, introduce him or her, and have them lay out their first phase, phase 1." That would be good.
Well, someone just recently retired from Marvel.
That's what I'm saying.
He just recently retired.
It was a possibility.
It's not a full retirement, but just from the comic book. But that man would be perfect for it to be their Kevin Feige.
It's possible. It's possible.
If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you don't, go back a few episodes. But that would be sweet because his rendition of Black Suit Superman was.
And there's rumors, or well, not rumors. It's been confirmed that David Zassoff has talked to Alan Horn. He's gotten advice from him. So there's players out there who could potentially come in. So it's going to be interesting, and they could come to Comic-Con with that. They
could. They should. Just drop what you have. Who our new Barry Allen's going to be?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You got to drop that. You can't though. But and I did not throw this in. I hate rumors, but I saw an article where potentially Flash could be going straight to HBO Max.
I actually predicted that in our last live show.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's the route they're probably going to go. I think it's the route they should go. It's the safest route.
It's yeah. That's the only way at this point in time. But great Scott, we're going back in time to a Back to the Future musical. Great Scott! I don't know why. It's been out. It's not anything new. It actually was out in the UK. Man. I don't know. It opened in 2020, London's West End. Is this why we're not getting a Back to the Future 4? Or a reboot, or because of this?
People and their nostalgia. People thinking they can bank and live on nostalgia, which it hasn't proven them wrong yet. But
no, I mean, look at Ghostbusters, and now they're going balls to the walls with that franchise.
Right.
But God damn it, I'm gonna have a Nostradamus moment. Listen, you reboot the we all know DeLorean's coming out with a new model, an electric model. This will only work for them in two ways. And then this will get the movie out there. A new Back to the Future reboot. And I know people are going to hate it because people are they're so stuck on the original, which I could be one of those at times.
The original's not going anywhere, though.
No, you can watch it anytime you want. Mm-hmm. You can stream it. But you get a reboot of Back to the Future, and you use the new DeLorean. Said and done. But when you go to the past, your DeLorean changes from the new one to the old one.
Yep. That's something that I think can easily be done, and I think it's a route that makes sense.
Yep. Or something happens where it changes, or
you go to the past and you meet the old cast.
Yeah. You find the dusty DeLorean, the old one. Well, no, that one was destroyed. There's the train that's floating around time. You somehow go back into the past. Your DeLorean gets broken, and you have to go back to the future with the old one.
Yeah. It's like I can see it, like the new cast, like having to interact with the old cast to get back to their timeline.
Yeah.
Like, there's a movie there.
And you don't need Michael J. Fox.
You don't.
You could just roll with Christopher Lloyd
and
his kids.
Yep.
Like, we could see what happened after he left on the train.
Yep.
You kind of close the books on Michael J. Fox. Maybe have him have a cameo. But that's it.
So, like, there could be this thing like where like there's a scene where like the new cast, the head star of the new movie, like somehow like he ends up in the train or something, or at the train station or something, or wherever the end destination for was, and like and they interact, him and Doc, and there's a adventure movie there, and it's like, hey, I can help you get back home. Once I was out, they pull me back in, type of situation, right? Yeah, definitely I can see a movie here.
Yeah. But we just given them the whole show, basically. Gave you the movie. But last but not least, tonight is a good night if you have HBO Max. Westworld is returning. If you've not seen it, in my opinion, you've been living under a rock. This is what happens when human beings let machines take over.
Commissioner Gordon?
Amazon! Oh, yeah. Is he still around in this? Maybe. But I think that's all that we have for this week. We are wrapping up. I want to thank you all for watching. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to rate that beer because it's just water. But, check us out on all the socials, our associate links. affiliate links. We thank you for spending this short hour with us this afternoon, tomorrow, this morning, wherever it is. But that's all I got today. Just be sure to catch us next week. We'll be live 8:45 ish, maybe sooner, maybe no later than 8:45 ish.
I love the ish. I mean, it is. It proves we're definitely. It's COB people. COB.
Yeah, it's the 45 ish, 8:45 ish. I love to throw that in there because why not?
CBT people.
Yeah, we run on that CPT time, people. But from all of us to all of you, we thank you for watching and have a drink up, bitches.